Hey guys, I'm Gent on occasion, and today we're starting our Tides of Torment coverage, which is very exciting. We're playing the free LC. This is the free LC embargo now, so I can't show you the DLC units, but I can show you the stuff that is coming alongside that DLC as, you know, the free updates for everything else. So that's fun. We're going to play a Throg campaign, as I'm sure you know from the, title and
Bring me to my men.
thumbnail. No men, trolls. Bring me to my trolls. Silly. So, where's Throg? Throg has had a hell of a glow up. Like a hell of a glow up. I think they actually changed. I think they might have actually changed his model slightly. I think they might have given him a little update. I might just be imagining that though, because like it's recontextualized as a new thing in a big way. Because he's got a new voice. They've given him a new voice, which is pretty wild. Also, huge amount of new mechanics, which is very exciting. Also, can establish a troll empire, as about time, calling upon the trolls and beasts of the monstrous horde to support invasions, which is really fun. It's kind of like a WoW mechanic that he gets, which is really cool, but for trolls. So very fun. Also, specific locations on the map provide limited access to bile trolls, chaos trolls, river trolls, and stone trolls. He gets all the trolls. Obviously, river trolls, stone trolls, and bile trolls didn't exist when the Norsca DLC first came out, so there's a hell of a lot more trolls that he gets to play around with now, which is really cool. Also, lower upkeep patrol unit. He gets more loot post-battle. He's got physical resistance on all of his troll units. Lord effects. They're all immune to attrition. All of his army immune to attrition. Extra chaos, corruption, recruitment cost down for troll units. He gets to vomit on people copiously, which is, everyone knows that. He's always been able to do that. He's always had a bit of a jippy tummy. Also, regenerates, because, troll. And leadership for troll units, which is all rather fun. In fact, leadership for troll units is a bit of a weird one. If trolls stay in the fight for longer, they're more likely to start losing models before they run away. But if you have trolls with rubbish leadership, which is what they have, then they end up fleeing before they lose any models, and then they regenerate on the way back into the fight, so they actually come back, stronger, which is really good. But extra leadership means they're going to stay in the fight, and they might just get killed, which is rubbish. So mixed feelings on that. Also, campaign settings are playing very hard. I find that's the most immersive, and yeah, fun basically. We've turned off endgame scenarios. We've got the minor faction and AI strength stuff on though. And this, I don't know if this was in the last update. I actually don't know. I didn't play the last update, but I noticed this when I was looking at it before. You can toggle off a bunch of the unusual locations. These are the ones that are like quite big. They're quite big things. So we'll see how that works. Should be fun to have them crop up, potentially. Right, let's get to it. So I normally skip loading screens, but this new loading screen is gorgeous. They've actually updated the art for Norsca as well, and I think that's really quite impressive. I think that's really nice. And another thing they've done, which they haven't got on a lot of, the beginnings of these campaigns, is you actually have a continue button when this fills up, which means I have time to read this stuff, which hasn't happened in a long time. I don't know if this is an update or if this was something left over from how Norsca was coded to begin with, and I've forgotten there used to be a continue button. I don't know, but I love it. It's great. It's really nice. So, with an ill-defined border, the north of Kislev is barely distinguishable from Troll Country and the tundra beyond. The threat from Norsca in the northwest is constant, for it is a land stalked by all manner of gruesome monsters and savage madmen, of infertile ground as hard as iron, and howling winds that cut like daggers of purest cold. A network of fjords and mist-shrouded inlets wreath the Norscan coast, and it is here that the Northmen tether the longships with which they terrorize the shores of the known world. Very fun.
March south. Man shall breathe his last.
Very cool. So Jurgesh is going to join the army. Love all the art as well. Really nice to see. So yeah, lots of things to do, which we'll get to. There's a bunch more monster hunts that they've added to have a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more monsters in the game that you can hunt now. So they've updated all the monster hunts for Norsca, which is really cool, and they're different depending on which lord you're playing, which is also amazing. Or at least they are in the quest battle menu. But maybe they just got split up between those, so you only have to do them once. I don't know, but anyway, there's a hell of a lot of battles, so we're going to be busy. We need to defeat this guy, that is fine. There's this whole thing up here, there's this troll kind meter, which we're earning from our troll kind units, so all of the sort of beasts that we add are going to be adding to our troll kind, which is a unique currency. The more trolls you have, the more they generate, which I really like. I love that as a mechanic. Just, you know, your armies will, you know, create the resource depending on how they're built. I like that. It doesn't sort of force you into building armies of a certain way, but, you know, you can lean into generating that currency or not. I like that. I think that's nice. But what is that currency used for? Who cares? Doesn't matter. We also have spoils. That's a Norsca thing. Just broadly. That's not a Throg thing. That's a Norsca thing. So we'll get to that too. And then there's this old thing where you can basically, when you destroy a settlement, you can put up you know, an idol for either the serpent, the crow, the hound, or the eagle, and those are basically the 4 chaos gods as Norsca, you know, as Norscans know them. So there you go. There's a billion other things. We're just going to look at stuff when it emerges, frankly. Until then, we're just going to play the game. So, Stig Ashling here. Let's take him down. Alright. So, they do have some skin wolves, and they do have a giant. So, that is a little scary. You know, that's not the nicest thing in the world. I think we're going to have... Yeah, we're going to try and chase them down with our hounds, I think. I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be fine. And yeah, Marauder Horsemen, I mean, they can do some damage to our trolls. Hopefully we'll regenerate through most of it. I'm going to shove these 2 on the side, and we're just going to try and brute force our way through those skin wolves. And we are going to try and just delay fighting the giant. Throg can actually fight a giant fairly well, which you might find surprising, but he's good anti-large. He's good anti-large, so he hits very reliably for a lot of damage. And as long as he has anything else around him, the giant tends to get distracted and attack other things from time to time. So usually, Throg can do quite well there. Yeah, they're going to be a problem. They are going to be a problem. Scary stuff. Anyway, our boys are great. I love the ice trolls. I think they're really cool. I think they're really fun. And the normal chaos trolls are cool too. Just trolls are good. I just love trolls. Trolls are great. They're some of my favourite units. Like the miniatures themselves, some of my favourite models. And it doesn't matter which kind of troll. I adore all of them. I'm going to slow them down a bit. With the Melkoths. Okay, a little concerned about prolonged engagements there. It does look like the skin wolves are having just the worst time. Okay, we're getting some hounds in, and the trolls look like they're reaching in too, so I think they've probably had it. Now I'm going to pull you up and around. We've not lost any trolls yet, so I think we're probably going to have won this little fight. And hopefully one more charge here will catch enough of them out that we can just have them shatter really quickly. I don't think they're going to. Alright. Never mind. Alright, let's hit you guys. Yep, they're doing great. We've just got a bunch of marauders in the middle, which is perfect. That is such a boon for us, it really is. Let's have you vomit on this lad copiously. How's that sound? I mean, awful, obviously. Go on, buddy. And... bleh. So copious. Such vomit. I knew they'd be back. I knew they'd be back. And sadly, Norscan Ice Wolves do count as large. Most like Warhounds and things count as infantry. Because they're small. I know, it is unusual. It's bonus versus large or bonus versus infantry, when actually some infantry is a dog. Which is unusual. And some infantry are large. So, it's a little misleading. But anyway, let's go fight this giant. And, oh, you're in a bit of a bind there. I don't know why I used that spell on him. Slows him down, I guess. It's not really what Metal Gods is designed for. But sure, why not? Alright, come on, buddy. Let's get rid of this giant. Should probably try and kill their lord. But I feel like he's going to be sort of awkward to tie down. Yeah, everyone's a bit tangled up here, actually. Yeah, everyone's a bit tangled up. Come on, mate. Come on, lad. Do your thing. Do your thing. Yeah, fight. That's it. That's the thing. Sorry. I forgot what thing it was. But yes, fighting. That's it. Thanks, lads. Thanks for reminding me. Don't like the damage you're taking there, buddy. Don't like it. Don't like it. But yeah, so, obviously, I can't show you the DLC stuff yet. You know, only free LC stuff. But that's only for the first 7 episodes. Alright, after that, right, in a week's time, it'll be the next embargo. It looks like I'm going to do a Ashlyn campaign. Do some high elves. And yes, I am saying Ashlyn. The name's Irish. I don't know why they don't pronounce it correctly. Do you really have no mass? Come on, man. Making me look bad. Yeah, it's an Irish name. I don't know why they don't pronounce it that way. In game. Seems odd. I've never heard it pronounced any other way. So it seems highly unusual. So I'm just going to pronounce it the Irish way, because why wouldn't I use the real world pronunciation of a name that exists? It just seems unusual to me. But anyway, I'll probably be playing that campaign in a week's time. But I'll be carrying this campaign on as well. But at that point, we'll be able to turn the DLC back on for this campaign, so I'll be able to get all the new Norscan units in this campaign as well. So it should be really fun. But Throg obviously can have a lot of fun with all of his trolls early on, so we still should have plenty of variety and excitement with this campaign for the first 7 episodes before we can turn on the new units. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this. Alright, so that is a decisive victory. We can kill the captives, enslave them. I'm going to enslave, I think, so we can get some replenishment. Nah, they're only silly humans. They're not cool trolls. So, you know, screw them. So, Warlord defeated. This is a thing that we get. You know, this is a thing. Always has been a thing with Norsca. You defeat a chieftain, you can absorb their faction. I'm not going to, because I actually just want Throg to get a bunch of, like, battles in for this first area. So we're probably going to release him. Yeah, I think we'll release him for the money and spoils. Also, this is something else I pronounce as Ashling as well, which I think is actually a different languages thing, but I've always pronounced this as Ashling. So there's Ashlyn, the High Elf, and there's Ashling, the tribe, which, different spellings, both I'm pretty sure are supposed to be prefixed Ash, so, you know, that's just a weird symmetry we have going on here. But anyway, Stig lad, leader of that tribe, has been defeated. A once powerful warlord, now reduced to obscurity beneath your might. For as you stand tall in victory, he kneels at your side. Hands in chains, his followers stood amongst yours, brought to a halt in anticipation of your next utterance. His men now see him as weak and unfit to lead any longer. This is a chance for you to take control of this faction's forces and land, as well as its followers. Dubious loyalty. Though, while the allure of land may appear to make this choice a simple one, do not let the challenges that a larger empire creates escape you. Perhaps simply killing this man and letting whatever is left of his faction fade into memory may be a more fitting end. No, I'll just let him go and we'll get some cash. This chieftain has earned the right to live. Perhaps this will benefit us in time. I mean, he survived. He did survive, him and the giant. They did survive the fight, so sure. Scroll of Aminar. I mean, this is pretty good, actually. Giving fear and terror. It didn't used to give fear and terror, did it? But that's pretty cool. You can't have arcane items, though, can you? But you can. So I'll give you the Scroll of Aramar. So we'll have fear and terror on this guy. But also, the Fear of Aramar spell puts down leadership a bunch. So that might be good for causing, like, a terror rout, which is pretty cool. Looking forward to that. And a mammoth tamer. We get cheaper mammoths for Throg. I mean, I don't know if we're really going to use this, but we do lower enemy leadership by 1. So that's exciting. We'll probably swap this out to something else later. It is no easy task to secure the cooperation of such a large, hairy, foul-smelling beast. The same could be said of the mammoths this man tames. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Hilarious. Let's capture the Altar of Spawns. That gives us a potion of Farsight. Puts up range, and I don't really know why we'd want this, but I guess forest spotting? Well, Sundered Armor's pretty good though, actually. That's not bad. But still, I don't know, bit of a weird one. Not really sure it's great for us. Not a great roll of the loot table there, but that's fine. So, we're going to do some levelling up. I am going to do Dominating Presence straight away. I know Route March is great and everything, but I just want to get... Is it Unnatural Select? No, it's not. Frostbitten? Frostbitten. So we want to do this one for all of the trolls. And what is great with Throg, even though they're sort of borrowed units, he does still buff all of the trolls. It's all of them, which is nice. So I do like that. You know, sometimes this stuff gets sort of left off and it's a bit sad, but no, it's all covered. He can buff all of the trolls. Let's get replenished troops from you. And let's attack the Altar of Spawns. And then we can start learning some of the other mechanics as they start becoming relevant. So, yeah, this is nothing really. I think we probably just skip this one, actually. It's nice and easy. So, we can raise a Chaos Altar. So, you know, this will fill up these gauges. But we're not going to build any of these in Norsca, I don't think. I think we're just going to try and take all the territory in Norsca. And we're going to start raising these things in the, you know, the I'm not really sure what to call them. The forces of order. Let's go with that. The realms of the forces of order. As we despoil, we'll put up these totems. So yeah, that'll do. Pillage and raise will give us pillage spoils. Now this is quite interesting. This is something we'll see again when we're pillaging the land of mortals. This will create a pillaging force that then has to transport the spoils back home, which is kind of interesting. So you end up with this sort of logistical thing, just trying to get all of your pillage back to Norsca so you can, you know, cash it in for things, which I think is really cool. I think it's a really fun idea. So yeah, cool. Gain a magic item or ancillary. Oh, there's so much cool stuff here. Oh, we're not going to do that yet, though, because we need this first territory. And we need to be secure and useful to us. Because I need to show you how this stuff works as well. So, yeah, we got a thing. What's next? Mountains of Hell. They want us to capture the Mountains of Hell. Which is what this province is called. But yeah, we want to get Winterpire and the Forbidden Citadel over here. I guess we'll go to Winterpire first. We'll save the capital till last. We can get a bit more recruitment done before then. Okay, we got the Potion of Farsight. Trolls on the move. It wants us to have more Trollkin. So, Trollkind? Trollkind. Trollkind, not Trollkin, Trollkind. Most trolls that trudge out of the wilds into your camp have simply looked to kill and eat whatever is in front of them, not knowing who you are, so have been swiftly dispatched. Gather enough Trollkin to prove a worthy leader to these creatures, and have all trolls join your armies. So once we get to 30, we'll have a choice to get some trolls into our army, which is really fun. Really cool stuff. So, Throg, my boy. Frostbitten. We can start buffing all of our trolls. And Jesh can have more spells. You can get like a pendulum or withering. Enfeebling foe could be useful. Shadows is pretty powerful. It's a good spell lore. I rate it. So, let's get some recruits. We could... I'm tempted to get a bunch of Marauder Hunters. I kind of want to wait for Javelin Men, though. Which we get on that tier. So until then, I think we'll just get ourselves some Marauders. I'm going to go Marauders with great weapons, because I think we'll probably be fighting Dwarfs before long. I mean, all of our Trolls will have armor piercing, though, so maybe I actually just want to resist some missile damage with my shields. Maybe that's the way to go. Let's just get some Marauders. Yeah, let's just get some boring old Marauders. Then we'll get some Javelin Men. So yeah, we'll go to Winterpire. We can probably conquer that next turn. Recruit Javelin Men on the way to Forbidden Citadel. Mostly, I want to make sure we always have some Javelin Men in here, because I want them to help in our monster hunts. I want something with good anti-large that can just throw javelins, you know, into the monsters. We haven't got any monster hunts yet. One day we will. We also need to do some technology. So technology has been updated for all these guys. So we have War Customs, which is, you know, your usual sort of unit bonuses for sort of big monsters, you know, sort of trolls and skin wolves and stuff. And then you've got your just, you know, your marauders at the top. Tribal Strength. This is your sort of like economy stuff, which is kind of cool. So a bunch of different bonuses. Some cool stuff in here too, like allegiance point gain and all sorts, which is kind of cool. Global recruitment capacity. It's quite varied. Then you've got some unique stuff that costs you spoils. So this one, the Ways of the Monstrous Horde. This puts up population surplus for newly captured settlements. Trollkind. Less Trollkind is required for troll buildings. That's a thing, by the way. We haven't looked at that yet. And they're quicker to build. And this one gives you unit capacity up for a bunch of trolls. Very fun. So yeah, there are unit capacities for that stuff. And we're going to try and, put those up, which is fun. Then we have conquests. This stuff is basically big bonuses towards particular factions after you've bullied that faction for a while. So Devastation of the Dark Elves, for instance. We unlock this once we've defeated Dark Elves 10 times. Or you can just go ahead and occupy Nagorond, and then it just unlocks this, which is cool. Well, unlocks the ability to research it, I think. I haven't actually played enough of this campaign to see if they unlock automatically, or if it just unlocks the ability to research them. But still, pretty cool though. Pretty damn cool. You know, some good stuff here. And yeah, it's all for different factions, which is exciting. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, we're going to go with Sagas the Stars for the campaign movement range and line of sight. I think those will be the most useful. So, Troll Kingdom buildings. So Throg has his own building tree. He has an additional category of buildings that he can build in his settlements. So you've got a Troll Ghetto, which gives you income, and Troll King's Dominion, which is the thing that we're going to need for another mechanic that we haven't really been able to get into yet. But anyway, that's something we're going to need. And this will also generate income at the cost of Trollkind. So, you know, kind of cool. Kind of cool. So if you have a load of, you know, troll armies running around, then maybe you'll end up with a surplus of this that you can spend, which is cool. So, Troll Dominion. That's what this thing is for. So as we get more Dominion, right, it'll fill up these tiers more and more and more. And then, when you spend Trollkind to cool the Monstrous Horde, it's a war. It's a war, but with trolls. So, you will not accumulate additional Trollkind while Call of the Monstrous Horde is active. So, got to bear that in mind. So, it will sort of affect your economy, because you won't have as much Trollkind to convert into, you know, wealth. But, so it's interesting. You know, there's some interesting, back and forth with these different sort of resources and things. Different sort of, you know, means of conversion and stuff. Which I think will be interesting nuance for this campaign. But anyway, this will basically create a war. So at tier 1, it's a bit rubbish. We'll just get 3 monstrous armies in our, monstrous units in our armies. But it acts like a war. It doesn't add it to your army, it adds it to another tab, which show up as reinforcements for your battles. Which, they show up a little slowly, which I'm not happy about. I think they should act more like wars, where they just show up with the rest of your army, but maybe they'll fix that. Maybe they'll keep it as is. I don't really know I don't know their logic for it, but that's fine. I think, rather than getting the Trollkind stuff, because we don't have any Trollkind, I am going to start getting, Fur Stash, I think is a good idea. Yeah, that'll get us some more income and growth, so that'll do for now. So, one thing you might also notice in these trees is there's a few buildings that look a little different. You know, there's a few buildings around here that look a little changed. So if we go to Monolith of Flesh for why not, if you look at our sort of barracks building, these raiding camps, it goes off in different directions. One costs money as usual, the other one costs spoils, and it actually lets you access the higher level units earlier, so you can build these in a minor settlement. So you can actually sort of, you know, get particular little bonuses if you spend a bunch of spoils to get like a better version of a building. Or like a, you know, a sort of a mutated, like, different version of a building, which is really cool. I think it's a really fun idea. So you can get, different outpost buildings that are maybe a little augmented. But you've got to spend spoils on it, and spoils, probably not going to have enough to build everything everywhere, because the more places, you kind of got to conquer places to get spoils, and then you're not going to have as much to then spend to develop that place. So you're going to have to do a lot of, you know, a lot of just burning and despoiling around the place to develop what few settlements you actually want to develop, which is kind of cool. I like it. Right, God, we're still on turn 1, aren't we? Okay, we've gone through most of the core Norscan stuff and Throg stuff. The monster hunts will unlock in time. At turn 5. On turn 5, we'll unlock the Monstrous Arcanum, which isn't just the monster hunts, there's like a bunch of other stuff. They've expanded the whole thing quite a lot. It's kind of crazy. Okay, allegiance to the gods. It wants us to build an altar, which, you know, we'll do eventually. Increase your allegiance to one of the dark gods by capturing a settlement and dedicating it to that god by raising an altar via the occupation options panel. Fine. From the Norscan perspective, the first act of fanaticism differs little from the last, all unyielding, blood-drenched savagery in service to a ruinous power. Hell yeah. Right, let's take Winterpire. And we also met a couple of other Chaos factions. We'll have to be careful. I don't really know how upset the other Chaos factions are going to be at our presence. We'll have to see. But, you know, we'll show that we're the greatest. But Norsca is just a notoriously porous, you know, realm to take over. There's just so many places that they can just, like... Basically, the border stops at the ocean, right? But anything on the ocean can move much faster than anything within your kingdom. So it makes it very difficult to sort of intercept any army that might be coming towards you. Except, you know, by getting into the ocean yourself. So it's a hassle. It's a real hassle. You can't really benefit from garrisons very much. So it's, yeah, it's a hassle. This isn't really worth fighting, is it? No, not really. But I am looking forward to just having a little kingdom in Norsca and then, like, travelling to despoil stuff. So we'll see how that all goes. Again, we're just going to go boring. We're just going to occupy this. Alright, we're just going to occupy this. I want to carve out a little, you know, a little nation for ourselves to support all of the, everything else we'll be doing. Now, we haven't quite leveled up enough. Not quite. Though next turn we are going to get our troll kind over 30, so we are going to get the option to get more trolls, which will be nice. Do I get some marauder hunters as well? Just for the hell of it. I am tempted, since we do have a bit of a front line. Let's get a couple. And I'll get a couple of marauders with great weapons. Mix it up a bit. And then, yeah, we'll need to head to the Forbidden Citadel to finish our monopoly, and then we can start building hotels. That's how that works, right? That's how provinces work? I think so. Okay, so this is really fun. Boom. Love the art as well. Really nice to see. So until now, most trolls that trudge out of the wilds into your camp have simply looked to kill and eat whatever's in front of them, not knowing who you are, so have been swiftly dispatched. But your recent ascendancy has given trolls across the land a visceral awareness of your intentions, rousing them to march for your cause. Those nearby migrate aimlessly. You need only to choose whom to beckon forth. So we can get bile trolls, river trolls, stone trolls, chaos armor trolls. Really fun. Really, really fun. I think stone trolls, they're just so defensive. They will hold the line forever, basically. I think stone trolls are the way to go here. Even though arguably bile trolls and river trolls are both kind of more interesting, I think. But, yeah, because river trolls, they have debuffs, which is really nice. They debuff nearby enemies. Bile trolls, I forget what bile trolls even do, actually. I forget what their unique thing is. I mean, they cause poison. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, now that I think about it, I can't remember. We're going to use stone trolls anyway. Technology researched. In the north, the stars may sometimes become unmoored in the sky, pointing the way for Norscans who know what it means. Very fun. So we are going to need to select something new. Vigor loss reduction when defending is pretty cool. Let's go for the ambush success and defense chance. I think we'll probably end up fighting the Skaven of Hell Pit at some point, and I'd rather get our defense against ambush, you know, sooner rather than later. But also, if we can set up an ambush of our own from time to time, then that's going to be fun, because who doesn't love a good ambush? And being ambushed by a horde of trolls, I can't really think of anything worse to happen to you. A horde of dragons. I don't know, just something bigger. Something bigger than a troll. A horde of that, I guess, is scarier. Actually, I don't think it even is. I think trolls would just start, like, munching on you before they even kill you. I think it get really grim. I think it could get all kinds of grim. But anyway, let's get, Penumbral Pendulum. Why not? It's nice and flashy. Though I think we'd probably get more use out of Enfeebling Foe, but we'll get that eventually too. Winter Pyre. Let's start upgrading that. And let's start heading this way. So we are still in recruitment range, so I can get a couple of javelins. I probably want more than a couple though. I think we want 4. Yeah, I miscounted a bit here. Get rid of a couple of random marauders. That's fine. There we go. So we'll have a lot of ranged, which is fine, because we want that for the monster hunts. Perfect. Okay. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. I think that is it. Also, you can see the Spirit of Grugni loitering. I do love that. It's really cool just seeing it on the map. It's just, it's really, really fun. Anyway, let's crack on. It's weird just going through a turn where you just, like, recruit. You just recruit stuff you need, you build your building, you hit end turn. Very unusual to do that after explaining a million different mechanics, but I think we are about to just end the turn again. It's really quite exciting. Also, you do get a free raiding stance. By free, I mean it doesn't cost you any, you know, movement, which is really nice. So I do like that. For a raiding camp, though, you do need a little bit of movement. But I do like that there's a difference between those. It's kind of fun. And of course there's ambush and, you know. But yeah, I like it when you can raid for free. Because I never do it otherwise. I never do it. It always just slows me down so I don't think about it. But yeah, free raiding stance, really good. You know, Greenskins have got it. Now Norsca's got it. Hunts? Hunts. Alright, so straight away we're having to take on Frigostrax, Scion of the Cold Void. So find the monster and its army, engage in battle, and emerge the victor. I can do that. I can do that. So, we are going to have to check out a couple of these nodes to actually find the enemy. There'll be a couple of events, so I have to chase it around, try and track it down, which will be fun. So a dangerous, murderous Chaos Frost Dragon is a great offering to the gods indeed, and none are more dangerous and murderous than Frigostrax, Scion of the Cold Void. It appears only where the worst snowstorms fall, so to hunt it down you must battle the worst of the elements, as well as the monster itself. Very fun. Also it wants us to have some more money, which I can try. I can try and do that. I think it'll take a while, but we'll see. Right, Frostbitten. Yeah, let's level that up again. So yeah, better melee attack. If they can hit more often, that is perfect. And for more damage as well. So yeah, we can get our trolls to really, you know, work as excellent shock troops. I'll be very happy. What do you want to build here? Ultra Spawns. Let's just level that up. And now let's get Snaggerson.
I am not sworn to you.
That's Snagger, son of Snagger. Alright, let's have him. Come here, you. Let's snag ourselves a Snaggerson. I mean, that's a lot of marauders, isn't it? A few Norscan warhounds. And see from their icons. Like warhounds, little bibbies. And then the ice wolves, big bibbies. See? Anyway, yeah, let's just fight them. Let's fight them. And here we are at the Norscan settlement. I do really love the Norscan settlements as well. I rarely see them because I sort of hate playing this game in Norsca. It's such a horrible territory to conquer. But the maps are great though. I just love the little harbours. The sort of palisade on the side of the boat. It's a cool look. I really love it. And yeah, and they have their sort of dry dock up here. Just, yeah, it's just cool. It's just really cool. You know, Shaman doing some nefarious things up here. Yeah, man. I've missed playing Warhammer. I haven't played this in a while, you know. I hadn't played Total War in Yeah, a few months I think now. Taking a bit of a break from it. And I gotta say, it feels a lot better coming back to it now. Feeling fresh. Yeah, because I really do love this game. Really, really fun. One of my favourites. One of my all-time favourites. Now you lot. So the thing we've got to be careful with these guys is they are going to end up throwing javelins and throwing axes into the backs of our trolls. The enemy doesn't have anything bigger than we have. So these guys are sort of obsolete in a way. Okay, let's split you guys up a little. Right, you're going to run right in. You're going to run in too. You are going to go over there. And I guess you lot are just going to exist. I don't know what to do with these guys. We're going to have to wait for an opportunity to present itself, I think. And you know what? Let's have these guys run in. Then they won't be braced when the trolls run in. How's that sound? So yeah, let's be smart about this. Let's be smart. Not too smart, I hope. Not my style. But yeah, our boys should do well there. Nice of them just sort of give us a freebie like that. Alright, they all seem to just be like trying to run now, so let's just try and pin them down. So they got their own Marauder Hunters over there. I guess I'm just going to have you... Oh, that's not even a... Well, that's a bit annoying. I was hoping that was a barricade so we could at least throw things at a barricade, you know. So they're being devoured, they're on their way, but I don't think we have to worry too much about that. Okay, good. Now, how are we doing over here? Pretty well. I would like to vomit on all of them, really. Ideally. Okay, good. Now we can charge them down. Well, let's charge them down, actually. Now, how are you lot doing? Can you do anything? Maybe not. Probably not. Alright, these two blobs of enemies are just, I mean, of, you know, our units, they're just going to take a load of damage from those marauders. It's going to be really quite difficult to dislodge them, I think. Alright, let's try and back out a bit there. This is fine. Yeah, how are we still stuck like this? Come on. There we go. Let's get on top of you. Yeah, these guys all broke, which is nice to see. Alright, how are you lot doing? Still getting... Oh, no, you're great. You're perfect. In every single way. Stone trolls. Let's charge you that way. And the ice trolls can hopefully chase them down. We'll just take over that spot, I think. You know what, actually, let's charge all of them in the rear. They're just going to stand still while we throw javelins at them anyway. So let's just get our javelins in line here. Alright, that's still busy. Let's charge this way and then we'll get into the back of them. Now, where is our spellcaster? Where are you, buddy? There you are. Well, you've not really got any magic, so that's okay. You know, you do you. Alright, can I start throwing things at them? Certainly seems like it. Certainly seems like it. Alright, they're not really spreading out very well here. There we go. And yep, they have almost had it. And these guys are going to go down really quickly. Like, only one of our units really threw a volley at this guy, but they're they're already nearly dead. So, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh! And yeah, let's see if we can't start a chain route there. Because yeah, minus 24 leadership there, and then a rear charge. They should break, and then these guys will probably follow soon after. And wow, those Norscan trolls really pushed their way in, didn't they? Oh, whoops! You guys should have probably have been on guard mode. My bad. My bad. Just,
Honor the tribe.
oh, they're about to break anyway. Alright, well, it looks like we've absolutely dominated here. So that's nice. Their great shaman of fire. He's just hiding. He's just hiding back here. I don't blame him. I don't blame him, honestly. I don't blame him. So yeah, we haven't seen any of the new DLC units, sadly. They haven't recruited any of them. You can get the bear men quite low tier. So I was hoping they'd recruit some of the bear men. Because that's the thing, I can't recruit any of the units. Oh no, those Norsca trolls got really hurt. Oh, bless them. I can't recruit any of the new units or anything. But if we bump into them, I can show you them. You know? It's just as if, basically I can play the game as if I don't own the DLC. You know? So I can't recruit anything from the new DLC or play as in those lords or anything. But I can still absolutely, like, bump into it and, you know, enjoy it. Let's just try and get some more kills here. Just because we can. Good lad. Good lad. I think you got maybe a handful of kills there, which is fine. But, yeah, our army's doing okay. Kind of nuts, the amount of missile units we have, but then we need to take down a big old Chaos Dragon at some point. So the more javelins we can stick in its hide, you know, the faster the better, really. Decisive victory. Excellent. Okay, marvellous. So that is lovely. Not going to make a Chaos Altar, we're just going to take this over. This will be our capital for the moment, even though we are going to take over Troll Country. You know, we're going to have Lair of the Troll King. Feels like that should probably be under our control. Just saying. And yeah, we have the Mountains of Hell. Lovely. And we got rid of Snaggerson. Okay, good. Yeah, they've been destroyed. Issue a commandment. We can do that. We can do that. Summon the chieftains. Post-battle loot for the local province. Raise the palisades. Lowers campaign movement range for enemies starting in this province. That's kind of cool. We suffer less attrition and we get extra melee defense. That's nice. Growth and construction cost. Bonuses there are nice. Puts our corruption up. Other corruptions down. Yeah, let's go with the growth. Marauders to builders. Let's do that one. Like, Marauders to builders, we're going to have all the, you know, all the Marauders build things for us. And the Trolls will go to war. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. Now, let's see. Say the Trolls are going to go to war. We do need to buff something else, though. Missile strength. That's what I want. I still want a bunch of Javelin men. Even though we are kind of arming these puny humans to be our downfall a little bit, aren't we? It's okay. We know how to keep them in line. It's alright. It's alright. Now, Yurgesh. Let's get you replenishment. Yeah, why not? Why not? Probably because enfeebling flow. Yep, that's how you say that. Enfeebling foe would be great to cast on that big flipping dragon. That would be fantastic. Speaking of big flipping dragons, though, Monstrous Arcanum. So, you start with this active. That's just, you know, the default when you start the campaign, but there's all these glory hunts. These are a bunch of the other, you know, scary things. It'll tell you what... hang on. Fine. It'll tell you what regions to sort of hunt in for them, which is pretty cool. There's also... so yeah, these glory hunt, the PH placeholder. A lot of this stuff is still placeholder. This is still, you know, weeks out from launch, so, you know, this stuff will get filled in as, you know, as it gets closer to launch. Glory hunts are started in specific climate zones and can only be completed once. These hunts unlock regiments of renown units and provide ancillaries. So, you know, these are usual ones you normally do. Then you have taming hunts, which it won't even let me look at yet until we finish this. That's disappointing. I was hoping we could go through this. That's disappointing. But anyway, the taming hunts that we can't see yet, they consist of 2 stages. They are started in specific climate zones. The first stage can only be completed once and will provide ancillaries, resources, and temporary effects upon completion. The second stage can be repeated infinitely, and along with the resource and temporary effects rewarded, will provide a monster unit that can be recruited from the Monstrous Arcanum recruitment panel. Then there's trophy hunts in specific areas of the map, can be only completed once. They provide ancillaries, resources, and temporary effects. And then Supreme Hunter. As you complete various hunts from the different categories, you will slowly become the ultimate monster hunter. Reaching this status will award you with a powerful permanent benefit. You can view the reward along with the full requirements in this section, which we can actually look at, so that's lovely. So good. We need to do a glory hunt. We need to do 3 of the taming hunts, and we need to complete 5 trophy hunts. So plenty to do. Plenty to do. But we will get Supreme Hunter, which gives passive ability regeneration for all Monstrous Arcanum monsters, 20% extra weapon strength for all of them, 15% ward save, cooldown for hunts, so you can do more hunts, so you can collect more Monstrous Arcanum units. Resources gained from completed monster hunts, doubles, and unit capacity goes up for Monstrous Arcanum units. I don't know why I always read these out of order, but, you know, whatever. I read whatever stands out the most. So that is the Monstrous Arcanum panel you can see down there. You will end up with a pool of a variety of monsters. It's all sorts. I think there's some weird stuff in there too. But, yeah, things like cockatrices and stuff like that. Fen beasts, just like crazy stuff. It's basically the stuff that you would find in like cursed etins and things. It's the stuff you would find in the actual Monstrous Arcanum. You know, the actual printed book that was a collection of all the sort of Forge World monsters in sort of the final edition of Warhammer Fantasy Battles. So it's, you know, basically most of that stuff, which you probably, if you're aware of that book, you will notice this DLC did add some more. And, you know, the previous couple of DLCs have been adding a lot of units from that book. So anyway, we are done for today, but next episode we're going to go hunting. We're going to go hunt down Figurstrex. We're going to keep leveling up Throg. We're going to keep collecting Troll kind, and we have random Warhound kennels. I don't want them. I don't want them. I'm going to destroy those, and we are going to build something troll cavey. Sure, we'll build a troll cave. I think I want to start getting some Dominion. Because, yeah, that we're going to need quite a lot. We need 115 to max this out, which actually isn't that much. I don't think that's that much, really. So we may as well start early anyway, so we can get a couple per turn. And then, you know, if we only have the one, by turn, like, you know, 60 or 70, we'll have that maxed out, you know? Easy. Easy peasy. Cool. Yeah. Alright, we're done. And then also, we can cool the Monstrous Horde as well. Shall I just do that now? They are temporary though, aren't they? They are temporary secondary armies. Yeah, they expire once the duration's over. So we'll wait for next episode to do that. But basically, yeah, you'll get a Warmy, so we'll have 3 more troll units to join Throg and his escapade. So that'll be really fun. Excellent. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this. I'm really excited to be playing this game again, and I'm really excited for new content again. And yeah, the glow up for Norsca is really cool. I'm very excited about it. There is a referral link in the description, probably 2 actually, maybe 1, I haven't entirely decided. Basically 1 will give you a discount if you get it from Games Planet, or you can get it straight from like Sega's website, which will give me a higher commission. So it's, do you want to be more generous to me, or just get yourself a discount? And honestly, just get yourself a discount if you like, you know, no pressure, just you can do that. But not until release day. It is not available for pre-order at all, because Steam can't do pre-orders on bundles. And this DLC is 3 DLC in 1. You can buy all 3, or you can buy them separately. And because of that, no pre-order, which is odd. Feels like that's something they could do, but they can't. But anyway, just, you know, bear the link in mind and come back when it's out and buy it from me. That would be great. Brilliant. Alright, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.